Oh man, the discourse around X has only further spiraled over the weekend with, well, myself reveling in it greatly, but also people like Matt Walsh and others pointing out just how big this new location feature has been for the quality of conversation, at least in America, about American politics. I would argue that this is probably true to some degree for other countries, like, other European countries, maybe Australia. You all probably have been following Indian bot accounts or Bangladeshi bot accounts or Pakistani bot accounts or Israeli bot accounts. And each country, I would argue, has a slightly different reason for wanting to be involved in all of your politics. In America, I think when you look at you kind of have all of it. So you have all the Bobs and Vagines over here just engaging in MAGA rage bait because, well, earning $700 every 2 weeks from X monetization payout is probably a pretty good living in a lot of these places where all you need is a smartphone and you can post all day as a random white girl who is apparently MAGA, and all the dumb idiots in the world will follow you. Now, fortunately, I haven't gone through my following yet, but I'm sure I probably follow a bunch of these idiots too. I would love to see some level of scrubbing authored by X, although I can now report there have already been several plugins that have popped up. I'm not naming any of them because I haven't tested them yet, but certainly there will be some plugin that I will be recommending down the road that allows you to just simply block or mute anybody from foreign countries on your feeds. Now, I wouldn't do that because I know I have viewers all around the world. I have viewers, particular in Canada, Australia, and Europe. A lot of them, almost probably 30% of my overall viewers are in foreign countries. So I won't have that luxury, but I certainly can ban everybody from India. I think that would be a safe bet. I could probably ban everybody from Bangladesh or Africa or, all these people. I just don't want to see them on my feed because I just feel like so vindicated, you guys. I know that some people are like, well, I already knew that. I already knew that, a bunch of Indian bot accounts were ruining X. But it's just, I have been taking a lot of slings and arrows or whatever for suggesting that all these people are fraudsters. And it turns out almost every one of them is. It is absolutely hilarious to me how quickly and how almost 100% accuracy most of these crazy fake MAGA accounts were just Indians. Like almost every one of them on my For You tab for the past 6 months turned out to be Indians. Countless diehard MAGA accounts that promote and quote America first ideology on X have been exposed as originating from far-flung locations like Thailand, Nigeria, and Eastern Europe. I mean, Ian Miles Chungus was probably the first and best example of this. That like, everyone knew he was from Malaysia, but people like Elon would constantly retweet him, and I'd be like in the comments like, you guys, he's never even been to this country. Don't listen to him about America. And people would be like, yeah, but Elon retweeted him. And it largely went unheard of. Although over the weekend, I did see him getting dragged because, of course, he was. Now that people can, Colty, what'd you bring me? A squirrel. My cat brought a toy and meowed all his whole way in here. Latest update to Elon Musk's social media platform. By the way, this is not just, the left wing is going to report this like, oh, it's exclusively left wing or right wing accounts that got exposed. That's nonsense. One of the largest left wing accounts who claimed he voted for Kamala Harris got exposed as being Canadian. It's because there's a lot of money in American politics. And especially when I wouldn't say this is true of Canada, but when you're talking about third world countries, the barrier to entry is $7 a month. And Elon will just promote your garbage across the platform. I think, and I know this sounds hyperbolic, this singular change will be bigger than any amount of money Elon could have ever donated to Republican causes for the midterms. Now, I have been on the front lines of saying X is not real life, and it isn't. But now I know. Now we all know. A lot of this nonsense, I'm not going to put any particular account on blast in this video, but there's a lot of very big right-wing accounts and left-wing accounts that seem to get 5,000 likes on their tweets within just a few seconds of posting them. There are a lot of people on X who are using bot accounts. There are a lot of people on X who pretend to be American but aren't American. And they have been gumming up the machine on X. They've been gumming up our ability as Americans to have good political discourse on the platform ever since monetization rolled out. The information has now unearthed the dark underbelly of the MAGA movement. No. Nope. Nice try. It is not. I think that a lot of the MAGA is dead was brought to you by Indian bots. I'm almost certain of that. They just jump on whatever's trending and they post endlessly. All the trends on X, political trends in particular, have been completely astroturfed over the last year. None of it was real. None of it. And I have been like screaming that from the rooftops on this channel. X is not real life. There are certain people who are propped up. Everyone thinks it's popular. And then, there's a reason some of these large X accounts, they start YouTube channels and they can't even, they'll get 75,000 likes on a tweet. They upload videos and they can't even break 5,000 views. It's because it's all fake. Dead internet theory is real. Now, this particular rag, Daily Mail, is trying to make it all about right-wing accounts. Incorrect. It's about both. An account titled America First with 70,000 followers, which constantly shared content about Trump, Erica Kirk, Caroline Levin, and the broader MAGA movement, is Bangladeshi. Since the update, the majority of the posts on the account now carry an X warning, which reads, "The above account is based in Bangladesh and trying to mislead people into thinking he's from the USA and a Trump supporter." Another high-profile account, at 1776 General, describes himself as a constitutionalist, patriot, and ethnically American, but the account has been traced to Turkey. Another account, Megascope, Nigeria, right? The community notes have been amazing on these accounts. Matt Walsh writes, "The reaction to the location data makes a lot of sense. Most of the debates we have on here about American politics and American culture are, we don't care what some random guy in the Philippines or whatever has to say about these subjects anymore, that he would care about what we have to say about the internal disputes in his country. If you're a foreigner, I'm sure you have a lot of great opinions about stuff happening in your own country. Talk about that all you want, Ian Miles Chong. But the debates in and about America are for Americans. Mind your own business." Here's, garbage human. You're up in the middle of every night to make sure you can post about American issues while Americans are awake. Meanwhile, your country, Australia, is falling apart and you do nothing for your homeland at all. And you devote your life to posting about a country that's on the other side of the world. The word pathetic does not even begin to describe you. Why don't you go back to bed and wake up tomorrow focused on your own life and nation for a change? I love this. Obviously, massive thread here. Suppressed news, North Africa. The Resonance, India. Conscious Philosopher, Serbia. Clash Report, Turkey. The Jeffries account, Norway. This one's particularly satisfied. Israel exposed. Saudi Arabia. Turkey. Nick Fuentes updates. Oh, based in the US, but they're also using a VPN. Now, these are a little dicier. I think I'm not against using a VPN, but if I suspect you're a foreigner and you're using a VPN, that will only confirm it for me. If you're using a VPN, I think that's good. Counter APAC, where Egypt. I mean, half of this, how you feel like gaslit, like, oh, America is, we're at each other's throats, everything's falling apart. Turns out it's actually not. It turns out a bunch of Kenyans who are saying, I contributed $500 to the Kamala Harris thing. No, you didn't. Again, they're trying to pretend that it's just right-wing. It isn't. Here's Ron Smith. The enthusiasm starting the campaign I've never seen before. I'm also knocking on doors and making calls to make sure we elect Kamala Harris. Oh, you do? You are? How many doors in Kenya are you knocking on? Make her, here's Slatism, Anna putting, make her wet. She will be wet. From where? India. Ninja Wisdom, India. Mind Philosophy, India. They have a lot of these like self-help accounts. Mass users on X are now calling Elon Musk to reduce the reach and visibility of foreign accounts pretending to be American in US-based users' feeds, as it is revealed that numerous Democrat agitprop accounts are actually foreign-run based. I 1,000% support this. I don't want to see any accounts from India or North America, or quite frankly, ones that are only using VPNs in my feed, ever. I don't. I want to hear from other Americans. Republicans against Trump. Oops. VPN account. Alex Cole, Canadian. Ron Smith, Kenyan. Right-wing Cope, connected via VPN. Almost certainly not American. Right? There are plenty of Democrat operatives. The people who claim they're American and aren't should be demonetized. Fraud should not be normalized on X. We need to create a healthy ecosystem for politics on this platform. I 1,000% agree. This is backfiring so quickly and so spectacularly. This conservative account has been relentlessly stoking infighting for months now. Not American, no surprise. Romania. Right? Patriot, American flag. 100% of collected fees are donated to veterans. Interesting. Which veterans? Oh, you're in Hong Kong? That's odd. Right? Which veterans are you donating? They're using American veterans to solicit donations, and they're not American, and they're obviously not donating them. This has been one of the most spectacular reveals of all time, but it's not enough. Elon should demonetize these people and deboost them, period. And they should give users, I'm not saying he has to do it entire app wide, but he should give users the option to ban, regions from their feed. Like we now know we have the data. There's going to be plugins that are doing it for free. So Elon should just bake it into the tool. I absolutely am very happy to report this to y'all on this Monday. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you again real soon.